Mm. Hello, everyone. Before we get started, if you can hear me, can you please just drop a one in the chat just so I can make sure everyone can hear me? Awesome. Well, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us today. My name is LaQuanda Witherspoon, and I'm with the Office of the Chief Procurement Officer at Cook County. Just for some housekeeping, your mic and video is currently turned off just so we can avoid any distractions, but please feel free to submit any questions throughout the chat. And at the end of the session, we will allow Danielle to do a Q&A with you. Um, I won't hold you much longer. I know you're all here to learn about the Office of, University of Illinois Systems Diverse Supplier Development Program. We are so fortunate to be featuring Danielle Green, who is the Associate Director of the Office of Procurement Systems. We think this is a fantastic opportunity for businesses that are just interested in expanding their capacity and knowledge and just growing their business. So I will go ahead and turn it over to Danielle, who will share a presentation with you today and just provide you some more information on the program. Thank you.
Thank you for the introduction. Give me 1 second. Can everybody see my presentation? Can I get a thumbs up from one or two people? Awesome. So, hi, my name is Danielle Green. I am with the University of Illinois System, the Office of Procurement Services. I do have some staff from our university on the line as well joining. So shout out to my University of Illinois counterparts. So my role at the University of Illinois System, I've got a couple different roles in the Office of Procurement Services. We handle our Amazon business accounts. We also work with the Diverse Supplier Development Program, coordinating curriculum. And that's one of the reasons I'm here today. I wanted to share this great program opportunity with you and tell you how you can apply. And if you're interested, I'd love to get some communication going with the group. So with that being said, I am going to move on to my next slide. So today I'm going to give you a little bit of a program overview. So the University of Illinois Diverse Supplier Development Program, give me 1 second here. Sorry. Had a My apologies, working from home interruptions today. So we have a 9-month program that is intended to be an educational program for diverse suppliers and small businesses. So what our program is broken down into two pieces. So we have a 9-month virtual educational workshop program, and I'll go into a little more detail on some of the courses that we offer through that program. This is all offered virtually. And then we also have a semester-long student consulting project. So the second piece of the program is a student consulting project, which I'll get into more detail with. So you're
Hi,
seeing
Danielle.
me?
Sorry to cut you off. I see a couple of people mentioning they are not seeing the presentation. Um,
Okay. I'm gonna try one more thing. So I will actually uh I'm gonna stop this live view and I'm just gonna share from my computer the presentation. That'll be easier. Few teams things. Let me pull this up. Design slideshow from the beginning. Give me 1 second and I'll get you. Window. That up from the beginning. Okay, can everybody see my presentation now?
yeah,
Great.
yes.
Okay. So back to the presentation. I apologize for that technical difficulty. So the basic program overview, which I've already said, is a 9-month program, monthly workshops that are presented by the University of Illinois faculty, staff, and corporate partners. And then we have a semester-long student consulting project, which I'll go into a little bit more detail in the near future. So the program's intended to provide diverse and small business owners with the capacity and the knowledge to help them grow in their business practices. So a little bit about our target businesses. And I think mostly everybody on the call is here. There. Is my presentation still showing the screen's doing weird things?
Yes, I can still see it.
Thank you. Okay, so our target business is our minority women with disabilities or veteran-owned small businesses. So does that mean, what does that mean? In Illinois, that means a certified business enterprise program certification, minority, veteran-owned, anything that falls under the BEP certifications. John, I see you have your hand raised. Did you need something? And feel free to drop questions in the chat. And then we'll address them as they come through. Yes, you can have the PowerPoint after the presentation. We will send that out. So in terms of businesses, if you qualify as a minority women-owned and are not certified with the state of Illinois, the program does have the capability and the capacity to help you apply for that certification. So we do offer that service as well in the program. But essentially, we want businesses that are ready to advance to that next level of growth. So are you ready to grow your business? Are you wanting to do business with the University of Illinois system? Is higher education a new target market that you're trying to get your business into? So those are all things that you would consider to be accepted into the program. We would like businesses to be in the program for at least 3 years and have at least one employee besides the owner. So this gives some room for growth. These are preferred requirements. Obviously, the program does have a cap of 35 participants annually. So our decision-making process, if we were to exceed that 35 cap, we would go down this list and prioritize involvement in the program based on these requirements. How do I get certified? Okay. So I am not the expert to go into detail on that, Francis, but I do have in the program, you do learn about that. We actually hire a consultant that helps participants get certified. So we'll send you information after today and you will be able to know a little bit more about that process, but it does vary based on the different type of backgrounds. I had a question in the chat, must the employee be a W-2 or would a 1099 employee sub count? Employees must be W-2. We're not looking for 1099 employees, so full-time employees for your company. Go to the next slide. Another unique factor of our program is the procurement support. So along with the opportunities to learn about business practices and tips and tricks that will help you in your business, the team provides one-on-one meetings to identify possible opportunities where you would might be a good fit to do business with different departments in the university. As many of you know, universities are like a small city. That's what I like to compare universities to. So what does that mean in terms of what we're buying? We buy everything. So I can most times find a spot where your commodity might fit into the higher education mission. So as part of the once you're enrolled in the program, we do a deep dive into your company, and we look at these opportunities that may be available. We provide guidance. We provide the guidance, we provide introductions, we can provide partnership introductions, but ultimately that relationship has to be built on your end as well. So we'll give you the tools and steps to get there, and teach you the legwork how to get that accomplished. Additionally, another part of the program is the DSDP Alumni Network. Now, I mentioned earlier that the program cap is 35 annually. I'll get to the cost of the program shortly, but I'll just throw it out. It's zero, no cost to participants. So one of the unique things about the program is the alumni network. So each cohort has approximately 30 to 35 people in it. So right now we've graduated 3 cohorts. So there's already a network of almost 100 suppliers that have graduated from the program. With the alumni network, it's just in the beginning stages. We have some former alumni that are involved in wanting to kick that off the ground. So that's a 2025, 2026 goal for us. But you'll receive access through the program alone. You get access to industry specific networking. So when we're made notice of opportunities that would be a good fit for your company, we're gonna send out an email. This event's occurring. This would be a good opportunity for you to network and attend. And then we also have various procurement events, including vendor fairs and things of that nature. So we'll keep you in the loop on different procurement events that relate to higher education, such as our conferences and things of that nature. Thank you, LaQuanda. LaQuanda dropped the link to the program in there. It is provided to you courtesy of the University of Illinois at no cost to the participants. A little bit more about the educational opportunities. So our workshops are conducted on the first Friday of the month, most times with the exception of some holiday changes or like calendar changes that we have to make. But for the most part, every Friday, from 8:30 to 10 a.m. So the first 30 minutes, we have an informal discussion about what business challenges that you're facing within your business. And it's an opportunity for you to talk with your fellow cohort members about, different challenges that you're facing. Oftentimes, we're finding networking and partnerships in this little 30-minute period before we start the educational opportunities. So we do provide 9 workshops. They are a variety of topics. The topics do change from year to year based on the needs of the cohort. So we really try to fine tune it and base it on what our participants need and what's needed to grow their businesses. So 3 main categories. The first one being procurement. So we host a workshop, provide how to do business with the University of Illinois system. We also provide a workshop on tips and tricks on how to complete a successful RFP. What your submittal should look like, do's and don'ts of that process. And then we also have partners that do a government contracting workshop. So the overview, what's needed for government contracting, very industry specific. And that is provided by program partners. We also have some workshops that are provided by the Geese School of Business faculty and staff. Some of those focus on strategic growth, marketing, financial management, all of those tasks that broken down are important facets of small business and small business growth. Specifically, access to capital. We have 2 banking partners that they each provide a workshop on access to capital and the importance of keeping your personal finances clean in terms of having a small business, because all of those tie together, especially when you're going out for some of these certifications. They're taking a look at those personal finances too. So how can you ensure that you're getting the most out of financial partners, and where do you find those capital opportunities? Additionally, we do some technical workshops. We have an environmental sustainability workshop, which is also provided by a corporate partner. And then we have some data management and basic business practices. I've hosted a workshop for practical AI use for small business. So, what tools and resources do you have available to you as a small business owner at no cost? I go over some free tools that you can use to improve the efficiency of your business operations. So it's really a widespread educational program with experts from the University of Illinois system, faculty, staff, and corporate partners. So very, very engaging workshops. These are all virtual again, as I stated. Oh, sorry, I skipped over one of the key pieces. I didn't have a slide on. The additional piece that I wanted to talk about is the semester-long student consulting project. And this is one of the things that I love about the program. So when you apply to the program, part of your application process is to identify a business challenge that your business is facing. So this is a challenge. It could be something in marketing. You may want to look at your customer data, social media, variety, any area where you're looking or seeking business improvement, or you think you could really use a push to get the upper hand in your business. So you identify the problem, you identify the challenge, and then we supply that information to the Geese School of Business. And what they do is they reach out to you, they do a project scope with you, and then they pair you with a student group for a semester. So the student group, you're going to meet with them weekly, virtually. They're going to learn about your business problem. You'll provide them data that relates to it or whatever's needed. So they'll ask questions with the supervision of their professor. And then they'll take all the information they learn and they'll provide you a deliverable outcome. Now, we just ended the third cohort. So I've seen a wide variety of projects. So I'll just kind of give you a few examples of projects that have been done previously. The most recent one I attended, I like to go to the student presentations at the end. It really wraps up and just really brings the program together. But the last project that I attended, the students did a commercial. They produced a commercial for the company, and it was a contracting firm. So they met with the owner, they met with some of the business staff. These are what we need. This is where we're falling short. They developed a plan, filmed a commercial. They rented a studio space. They got a studio space and did a whole commercial. And additionally, the students then went on to make a video for the business owners. And I was at a loss for words because it's just full circle, just thanking the business owners. Thank you for teaching us real life practices in business and allowing us this opportunity to work with you. So not only are our businesses getting a deliverable outcome, the students are getting real life business experience of what business looks like in the real world post-graduation. How is it power limited to one category only? Greg, that is a very good question. So in the program, you'll have to select one problem. But post-program, there are opportunities to continue to go back to that department, the business school, and apply for projects. So outside of the program. So opportunities are there for more options. Some of our participants have graduated the program and have gone on to they've graduated the program and gone on to do additional projects. So they're continually working with the Geese School of Business even after they've graduated the program. So a really exciting program that we offer. And I just want to clarify that essentially, this program is broken down into two parts. You have your educational component that is hosted by our department. So And then our diverse supplier development program team, in coordination with our Office of Procurement Diversity, will work towards finding opportunities on campus and to do business with the university. So ultimately, that's our goal. We want to build our diverse supplier pool, teach you how to do business with the university, and also improve your business growth. And ultimately, the impact is growing your business, and that impacts your community. That creates a longstanding economic impact in the community. So it's just a very exciting program to be part of. Now, that was a very quick overview, and I want to take time to go through some of the questions that I have. Um, so I had somebody say, I'm also curious, does the program only run Fridays 8 to 10? Are there any other time requirements aside from events in the evening? So that's a very good question. The monthly workshops are from 8:30 to 10 a.m. These workshops are recorded because we do understand, as business owners, you at times have a lot on your plate, and the Friday may not be an applicable time, but for when we did our case studies, most businesses, this would be the ideal time. There is no revenue cap for entry, but I would ask that it should fall in with the revenue caps for the Illinois Business Enterprise Program, which is currently 150 million annually. As far as other time commitments with the program, that's a very good question. So we're actually changing up how the program will be run this year. So instead of doing the student project the first year, none of the monthly meetings are in person. They are all virtual. With the projects that are going, the projects this year will be conducted in spring. So the first semester, so starting in August, those monthly meetings will be virtual through the fall semester. You'll work with the Geese School of Business to have your project scoped, and they'll coordinate that around your schedule. Your meetings with the students in that spring semester, you would be doing a weekly meeting with the students during the semester, and that's your cadence. Sometimes they're not always meeting weekly, but we at a maximum, you will meet with your students weekly during that semester. Now, you mentioned this already, but how often is there a cohort for this program? This is an annual program, Tyler. So every year, oh, who do we have here? Who is that? Jeremiah. So if you're following the comments, Jeremiah is an alumni of the last DSTP cohort. And Jeremiah, would you mind actually coming off of mute and maybe telling the group what your student project was and how it's benefited you? I hate to put you on the spot, but true testimonies, one of the best ways. Is that something that you're able to do?
Hey, Jeremiah, I just allowed you to come off of mute, so feel free to unmute yourself.
All right, there I am. Can you all hear
Thank
me?
you. Yes.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm an alumni of the last cohort. It was fantastic. Not only the meetings that we had every Friday morning was very informative with real game changers, but the students, like, at first I was like, what are these students going to really show me? And I was mind blown. Like, the presentation that they put together, they really took their time understanding my needs and where I wanted my company to go. They took so much time on their own just researching my company. They had so much data. I was like, these kids are very savvy on social media, and they just really took what they found. They helped me to build out AI practices that was just second to none. These kids helped me to build a CRM system where I was not only able to retain clients and find them and reach out to them and put them in order, I was able to analyze them in a way where I never saw, to actually position me to approach other clients. So they, just to give you more details, they built me a system that I was able to put in a bunch of data that I would want to talk to a client about, from what their business does, how I want to approach them. And basically, it just created a whole new approach with finite details of how I could talk to the company, what angle I should take with them, any areas of opportunity. It was like a SWOT analysis on Red Bull. It was crazy what these kids were able to do using technology. And that was only one aspect of it that we touched on. It was like several aspects during the week that we culminated to craft out that system that we built out. So that was incredible.
That's amazing, and thank you for sharing, Jeremiah. And I'm very glad you were on the call. So and I'm going to continue to use Jeremiah as an example, because he's been very eager to do business with the University of Illinois system. So after graduation, we've met with Jeremiah, and we like to put our money where our mouth is. So, graduates of this program, we want to incorporate into the program. So, next year we've got Jeremiah tapped to provide services at our graduation event, which is our premier event for the program. So super excited to take graduates of the program and put them to use. What a better example of what you can accomplish here. And a lot of times we have many organizations will have programs, but to actually put teeth into the program and go back and use those participants for business opportunities, that's what we want to do. We're not only teaching them for the University of Illinois system, there's a lot of other companies out there that will benefit from what we're teaching our cohort participants. So it's a very exciting time. I think the personalized attention that participants receive in the program, we want to continue to grow and build on that, and really diving into, where your opportunities are and how we can help find opportunities. And that just the commitment to the participants, it doesn't end when you're done with the 9-month program. This continues on. So we're going to continue to work with the alumni network as that is built out in the coming year. So it just a wide variety of opportunities. In terms of student engagement, I can't express enough like the level of professionalism among the students. That really is the crux of the program. And to be in higher education and able to have that full circle moment where, our job is as a service unit is to support the campus, but at the same time, let's get back to the community and teach our suppliers what the university needs and teach our students what real life business looks like out in the real world. So yeah, it's a full circle opportunity. Would love, if you want more information on the program, I do have the final slide here. It does have the email for the DSDP program. Additionally, I'll drop this. Oh, I think she already dropped the link in the chat. We have the graduation link in the PowerPoint, which you'll receive after the presentation as well. And then applications for cohort number 4 are open through June 30th. We do leave the application year round because when we come to events like this, I want you to be able to just go straight to the website and put an application in while it's fresh on your mind. So with that being said, Jeremiah would like to add one more thing. Go for it, Jeremiah.
Absolutely. The last thing I wanted to add was that the community that was built in that cohort was invaluable. the other business owners, like we all came together, everybody, it was a very no judge space. Like everybody was trying to help each other, and we all talked to each other offline, even still lending help. So I just wanted to add that the community that was built with everybody who was involved was just next level and second to none.
Yeah, Gretchen, everybody will get the link. LaQuandra, will you send out a copy of the presentation as well? That does have the link for application. And then I just want to say,
Yes,
if you have further questions on the program, specific details, feel free to reach out to the email that's listed on the screen, dsdp@uillinois.edu. And one of the team staff will be more than happy to respond to you. LaQuanda just dropped the program link. At the top of the page is the application. If you click on that link, so you have that. Feel free to ask any questions about the program. Let me see what else with all the links and additional information. Perfect. So she's going to send an email, and then I just want to use this remaining time that we have. If you have any questions, any more questions, or any questions I didn't answer in the chat, please feel free to drop it in. I'm more than happy to answer questions. I'm here for as long as you need me to be. But I just want to thank everybody who came in and joined for allowing me to tell you about the program today. It's very exciting, and I hope to see a lot of applications submitted after today.
It looks like we're getting a lot of thank yous. Oh,
yes.
Let's see. You have how many students support a given business in the chat?
Typically, it's a group of 5 or 6 students. So they set it up like an actual consulting team. So there'll be a project lead, student project lead, and they break it down to, different students will take on different parts of it. Can you please link the chat? Yes, we'll be sending that out as well. And there, if you scroll up in the chat, there are links.
Yeah, I dropped the links in the chat, but I will also send an email out to everyone who is registered via Teams. So we got all your information. So we will send that out to you. Are the Friday sessions recorded in case we are unable to attend every meeting? I believe you said yes, they are recorded.
Yes. So what we encourage in-person attendance, because that's not in-person, a virtual attendance at the time. Because they are interactive sessions, you are able to communicate with your cohort members, and there's a lot of networking that comes out of those sessions. But we do record it because we do understand life happens, right? We have a graduation requirement. We don't allow you to miss more than 2, sometimes 3, depending on the if we add extra workshops in. So to meet the graduation requirement, we want everybody to succeed. So we do provide on demand for a limited time. You don't get it forever, but we do provide a on demand period for the program to make up any workshops that have been missed over the course of the cohort. So yes. If I apply and get accepted to the program, when does the engagement start? Great question. So the next cohort, I actually have the planning matrix open on my computer because we're working on that. This cohort will start in August, towards the end of August. It's typically in line with the academic year, and then graduation will be around the time we have the student academic graduation. That's the only event that's in person, but as we grow the program, there may be opportunities for in-person events. We're flexible. We like to change it up. We want to keep the program engaging, and we want to keep our alumni engaged in the program as well. So that does change. Adele, are the students undergrad or grad students? That's a great question. A combination of both. It depends on which class is taking the project. So I can explain a little bit more of that. It's not my expertise, but I can explain a little bit how that's done at Geese. So essentially, the School of Business in Urbana-Champaign, they have what's called action learning, and that's in an experiential learning department. So the classes that are offered in that department, they're doing, action-based projects like consulting. So based on the project scoping will be where the students are assigned. So there are some programs that are a little more advanced. So sometimes you may get a grad student, and that the grad student groups may be in a course that's a little bit more advanced. So, but based on the project need. So it really just depends on what the need for the project is, whether or not you're getting undergrad or grad students, but they are all amazing, and the Geese School of Business stands behind their students. So either way, you're getting a good option. The other area we're pulling student projects from, so while they're mostly based out of Urbana-Champaign, they are virtual. You are able to attend virtual. You don't have to attend on campus. I do find that most of the businesses that work with our students end up coming to Champaign to meet with those students in person at least once or twice a semester, because they've built that relationship. So they want to meet the students. They want to engage with them in person. So that is a possibility. We also have student organizations that we rely on, especially if we exceed our program caps. We have some student organizations that are also supervised, they belong in the business area. They provide project support as well. So Tim, you asked, is the program connected to U of I, UIC, or both? So I just want to clarify a little something, and I'm trying to be better about this. So the way the University of Illinois system is set up is University of Illinois system is an administrative organization that is composed of University of Illinois Chicago, University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, and University of Illinois Springfield. So all three of those campuses make up the University of Illinois system. We serve as an administration function and a centralized function of delivering services. So that's where the University of Illinois system comes from. I wanted to clarify that so it's not specific to UIC or not specific to Springfield or Urbana-Champaign. It's for all three of the campuses. Now we do have campus support. We have projects that are specific to UIC, UIS as part of our arrangement with the School of Business, but that's all managed by the Geese School of Business at Urbana-Champaign. Thank you, Tania. Graduation has previously always been held on the UIC campus. It was Champaign or Chicago. Looking to see if there's any questions I missed here. The course would start in August. This year's application deadline will be June 30th. And LaQuanda can include that in the information that goes out to participants. Any other questions?
I see a question. Is there co-mingling between students and departments to make complete solutions? And then are there certain industries that are overpopulated within the cohort, preventing opportunities with the university?
Oh, those are both very good questions. As far as commingling between students and departments, my very quick answer to that is no. So there's two pieces to this program. I want to ensure that our students are not involved in the procurement process. So we can't involve them in our procurement opportunities. They are there to solve a business challenge. If your business challenge relates to procurement opportunities, that's fine, but the DSDP staff is there to work on procurement opportunities. Adele, you had your hand raised. Did you want to speak to clarify that?
Let me see. I will allow your mic 1 second. All right, you can speak, Adele, if you were wanting to.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, so my question, those are two different questions there, Danielle. So the question regarding overpopulated, that was the first one. So what I meant by that is say if like I don't know, I think it was Jeremiah who was maybe talking, um, but if there may be three businesses like his in a cohort,
Mhm.
then that can make it a challenge in working with the university. Um, but I just want to get clarity on that. Like, are there overpopulated industries where it just serves as challenges? That's
Do you
question
know
number one.
the University of Illinois is so expansive. There are multiple opportunities for everywhere. I mean, in terms of using participants within the program, obviously I have to do some rotation. If there were three other participants who are doing the same thing as Jeremiah, um, so far, up to this point, the first three cohorts, they've been fairly balanced across industries. Um, we have fine-tuned the vetting process in terms of commodities that are needed, but there's so many different departments. I mean, having more than one vendor, having multiple vendors available for commodities is great. You know, that opens the door for competition among them. Um, but also there's plenty of opportunities out there to share. um, so as many participants as we can, and the life cycle of businesses ebb and flow. So I'd rather have a large supplier pool. At this point, we don't have any issues with overpopulation of specific industries, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
no, it does. And then my second question was about commingling. And what I meant by commingling is, say we're working with a student or student group, whatnot, for um, coming up with business solutions. Because I don't know
Mhm.
what as a whole, I came in about halfway through, um, but there ends up being an IT, we'll say, aspect to the solution. Then commingling would be from the business department over to the IT or IoT communications department, to where there might be grad students or undergrad students that would want to participate, so that you can have a more complete solution, rather than working with just that one department, if that makes sense.
That's a really good idea. It'd be something I'd have to discuss with the School of Business about. At this time, my quick answer is no. Um, but the students may research other university departments in terms. I mean, that could be part of the research. But
Okay.
as far as program contract obligations, we're not there yet.
Okay. That's all I had.
All
Thank you.
right. Well, thank you for those questions. Those were good. Any other? This program sounds that okay. So actually, the Illinois Business Consulting, that is one of the groups that do this. So only a portion of our projects are provided by the IBC. That's something that I have to pay for in the program. That's part of my program funding. I pay for those services from Geese, so I have a specific amount of Illinois Business Consulting, which I include in that experiential learning window. But specifically, the IBC projects, those I do like six IBC projects within each cohort. So that's all determined and assigned by Geese when they do the project scoping. Oh, I love that. So Frances just dropped her contact info in the session, so feel free if you guys want to grow your network. And I'm sure that's something that LaQuanda can download and send out with the post event notes.
Yes, definitely. We love it when you guys share, your info in the chat with each other. And all these sessions are always an opportunity to network with people who may be in similar industries as you, or you may need their services. Who does not need a CPA with a business? I'm just saying. um so yes, are there any more questions? We have about 15 minutes left, and you guys have been honestly asking some really amazing questions, so I would love, if anyone has a question, feel free to raise your hand, type it in the chat. We want to get that answered for you.
And I will drop the link to the program email in the chat. So if you have questions, feel free to reach out to this email that I've just dropped in the chat. That will get you access to the program staff. Thank you, Angelica. She just dropped her LinkedIn link. And I appreciate everybody coming today and learning more about the program. I hope to see a large uptick in applications this week. Drop an email, let us know if you've submitted an application or if you've had any trouble. So I hope this was helpful. And we are here to support and help small and diverse businesses grow.
Yes. Well, thank you again so much for your time, Danielle. I truly appreciate it. I had mentioned to her that I went to an event at UIC with my teammate Lynette, who's on the call. I learned a little bit about the program, so this was something that we wanted to bring to our audience. I appreciate everyone who has joined and just asked great questions, who's been engaged. Feel free to drop your information with each other in the chat. But otherwise, if there are no more questions at this moment, I'm going to let everyone go and have about 15 minutes back, and look out for an email from me that will include the presentation, a link to this video, as well as like the resources and links that have just kind of been mentioned throughout the call. So thank you again. Happy Friday. I hope everyone has a great weekend.
I dropped the wrong email in there, so I'm deleting it.
Oh. And I'll, if you like me to copy your email on there, I can.
Sure.
So, yep. But thank you, everyone, and feel free to just have a great rest of your Friday. And I hope there is an uptick of applications from this also. Like, we want to continue to bring resources and info like this to you all. So definitely, take a chance, fill out the application, and, find out what can happen.
And your friends too.
Right. Tell your friends too. Yes, yes, yes. But I am going to end the event now. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you.